Good morning. My name is Christian, and today I am going to talk about the suggested English curriculum for basic education in the Colombian context, which is proposed by the Ministry of Education. There are different documents in the suggested English curriculum, which include the basic learning rights, the pedagogical principles and guidelines, and the practical guide for the use of the SEC. Each of these materials conveys a different aspect of the suggested English curriculum while complementing and strengthening the other parts. The suggested English curriculum comprises three main aspects through all the stages or grades of the primary education, focusing on three main parts. First is the scope and sequence. This is a matrix detailing the different elements making up a level of the suggested English curriculum, with the top section of it presenting the basic learning rights, which are the minimum linguistic requirements that a learner develops with each stage. The bottom part includes the suggested cross-curricular topics, the learning goals, the language functions, and the general objectives of each module per grade level, which means this covers all the content that the suggested English curriculum will work with and divide the different aspects to make it more easy for the implementer to work with the given content. Next is the suggested syllabus, which is the cross-curricular body of topics which are covered through the grades, with an increasing complexity in the communicative content, developing the learner's skills, with different indicators as the learner advances through the course. The suggested English curriculum provides different suggestions, each with their own set of performance indicators and their own categories. In this case, we will see about the health and life indicator that this document works with. There are four main different indicators in this case, which are know, do, be, and learn. In this case, for 5th grade, there are the four are know, identifies words and expressions to talk about hygiene. Do, interacts with peers in topics of interest related to body care and his/her relationship with their classmates. B, show his and her actions and respect towards himself and his fellows. And learn will be learning strategies, practices, and monologues with peers. Next is the methodological and assessment suggestions. The suggested English curriculum provides two different types of methodology. From grades 1st to 3rd grade, it gives task-based methodology, as well as giving an overview of the steps involved in this methodology, which is pre-task, task, and post-task. While for the 4th and 5th grades, it talks about project-based methodology. The next document are the basic learning rights. The basic learning rights as tools that allow to describe the language, skills, and the progressive development that learners go through when learning English, and are very important in assessing learner development and constructing the curriculum, providing important details for all the parties involved in the learning teaching process. This means for the learners, for the teachers, for the direction of the school, for the Secretary of Education, for the Ministry of Education. For everyone, there is a possibility of using the basic learning rights to describe and work with the important aspects of the learning and teaching process. The next document is the practical guide. This document details the steps in implementing the suggested English curriculum, from teacher preparation to post-implementation review and improvement analysis. The document gives us 8 steps that are suggested by the secondary English curriculum. These are, the block 1 is the teacher development. Block 2 is initial curricular adjustment for the school. The 3 is definition of materials and recurses. The block 4 is the planning of lessons. The 5 is application of the curriculum. Block 6 is data collection and analysis after the curriculum has been implemented. The block 7 is adjustments for the curriculum, and block 8 is improvement. The next block will be following the SCE guidelines to check that it complies with the requirements for the suggested English curriculum. Now, why are the suggested English curriculum and the basic learning rights so important? They are important because they provide a specific set of guidelines that the teacher and the educational community, including the learners and the family, can either work with or use as a template to construct their own plans for the educational process and to ensure compliance with the requirements from the different members of the educational community. This means that with the SEC and the BLR, we are able to understand what is the requirements, how the education is being processed. This is important for teachers because they can work more easily for the implementers, that is, lets us give more specific details to the curriculum, and for families, for the students, in order to understand what is the requirements they are having to complete and how they can improve their English process. Now, how I will implement them in my teaching? The suggested English curriculum provides a good template to introduce in my teaching. Although the document recommends the use of project-based learning for 5th grade, which is the grade I am currently working with, I consider that based on the level of my learners, it's pertinent to use the task-based approach to introduce and accustom the learners to the step of using English to complete specific goals while developing the linguistic skills. To this end, I will use the support of the curriculum based both in the school and the suggestions that are given in this document in order to adapt it as necessary, getting learners to use and develop the communicative competence and adjust it to the overall skill level in order to develop their English awareness and also to introduce the cross-curricular topics for a more complete learning experience.